Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts About the 40K Universe. I am your host Gershwan, and today we're going to be talking about the Renegade Space Marine. These are Space Marines that turn their back on the Imperium, don't go to Chaos, but eventually do succumb to the powers of Chaos. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We post Warhammer 40K lore videos every single day. If you have any suggestions about topics that you guys would like to see, let me know in the comment section below. And of course, thank our patrons on Patreon. It is because of them that we can do this. Link in the description if you want to become a supporter. But with that said, let's get into 40 facts on the Renegades. Not all heretical Astartes can trace back their history to the Horus Heresy. Over the 10,000 Terran years, many more Space Marines have fallen from the Emperor's light. Driven by bitterness, greed, or lust for power, these traitors now fight against the Imperium they once served. Despite years of psycho-indoctrination, hypno-conditioning, arduous training, incredible mental robustness, and strength of character, not even Space Marines of the Adeptus Astartes are completely immune to the human weakness. They too have fallen to the subtle temptations of chaos. Though the Administratum would never openly admit to such a thing, over the course of its long history, individual Space Marines, squads, and even entire chapters have turned renegade in an alarming number. There are many reasons for this heretical phenomenon, with each new band of renegade evidencing their own weaknesses or buried desires. Some are simply power-hungry and chafe against the shackles placed upon them by the Imperium's labyrinthian rules and bureaucracies. Others grow disillusioned, holding too tightly to a sense of enlightenment and looking with scorn upon the human cattle they are told it is their purpose to protect. Some are exiled and dishonored, cast aside in the wake of tragedy, heresy, or rampant politicking. These Space Marines may even be preemptively attacked, driving the survivors into a life of piracy as they are forced to flee the Imperium that betrayed them. All renegades are reavers of some kind, raiding, pillaging, and murdering in their constant battle to survive, secure new territories, and defend their strongholds. On those rare, devastating occasions where a whole chapter turns traitor, entire systems can swiftly collapse. They are assailed by the deadliest warriors in the galaxy in full strength and without restraint. Such merciless assaults leave worlds stripped of material, their populations enslaved or massacred, and vast fortifications erected on their surfaces to either honor the Dark Gods or the Space Marines themselves. Many renegades dwell in the Eye of Terror. Following in the footsteps of the traitor legions before them, many more operate from hidden bases on asteroid fields, from vast space hulks that drift through the void without cores, or as nomads aboard fleets or single ships. No matter what caused them to turn, all Space Marine renegades eventually fall to chaos, by accident or some design. Free from the bounds of Imperial doctrine, some indulge their desire for the sake of glory and greed. Others, close to extinction or on the brink of catastrophic defeat, hand their souls over to the Dark Gods in exchange for the smallest chance of survival. The Crimson Slaughter, the Purge, the Red Corsairs, the Cleaved, the Scourged, and many more are renegade warbands whose names strike fear into the hearts of the Imperial rulers. For the Inquisition and the Imperium's High Command, they are a stark reminder of the innate risks that all Space Marines pose, and how humanity's greatest asset can swiftly become its greatest danger. Despite obvious needs for the Adeptus Astartes to defend the Imperium, they too are susceptible to heresy, and should be closely observed without complacency. The mere existence of such renegade warbands stirs deep hatred within the loyalist Adeptus Astartes. Not only do they despise their traitor brethren for their heretical crimes, but also for the fact that they dishonor all that it means to be a Space Marine, casting doubt upon the loyalists of those who remain true. Wars between loyalists and renegade Space Marines escalate rapidly, enveloping entire subsectors in terrible, all-consuming conflict. Many renegades relish these wars for the opportunity to harvest gene seed and equipment. After all, they combine the material might of the Adeptus Astartes with the dark and unnatural blessings of the Chaos Gods. Renegade warbands rarely boast any but the most rudimentary supply chain. Most are forced to survive by cannibalizing the war gear and even biological components of loyalist warriors, or else by preying upon less powerful renegade bands. No one, except perhaps the Emperor, knows just how many Space Marines have turned renegade over the millennium. Even one loyal warrior falling in this fashion is too many, as each new renegade warband joins the long war on the side of the Dark Gods, so they take with them yet more of the Imperium's military might, now turned to the perverse purposes of tearing down humanity's realm, one world at a time. In the chaos that has ravaged across the Imperium since the Great Rift's emergence, raids of such nature have become frighteningly common. Renegade sees every opportunity to capitalize upon the confusion, the hardships and panic of isolated Imperial forces and worlds. The Imperium's armies are overstretched and overwhelmed on multiple fronts, making too many worlds easy prey for the Chaos Renegades, who are well learned in the art of plundering, reaving, and raiding. And those were 40 facts on the Renegade Space Marines. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So again, I hope this inspires you guys. If you have suggestions for any other topics, let me know in the comment section below. If you guys want to support us on Patreon, it's just $1 a month. And yeah, thanks for listening, guys. I will talk to you tomorrow. This is Gershwin with One Mind Syndicate signing out.